Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And Hollywood thinks you're dumb, or at least Netflix thinks you're dumb. Matt Damon was on Joe Rogan, and he said that Netflix wants plots reiterated 3 or 4 times in the dialogue because he knows you're looking at your phone and you're not actually watching this show.
We told you guys about this. If you look back, I forget when, it was a while back, but we told you that they were going to try to make everything that was, and they're doing this too. I know they are, that they're going to describe things more about what they're doing as they're doing it and things like that, because people weren't watching the TV and they get distracted. They're doing other things. We all do that. We're always working on something else and having to play in the background, and then you have to rewind it because like, oh crap. Well, they're starting to do things like where they describe what they're doing in depth, or they have to reiterate, like you said, the plot over and over again because people aren't watching the show. And we told you they were going to do this a while back.
That was actually the mandate. And, it's weird because I'm thinking about this now. I'm like, look, I know the Duffers really didn't stick the landing on Stranger Things 5, but is that part of the reason maybe why Stranger Things 5 sucked was that they were told to make it simple so people could follow
not just
along?
that, like keep repeating the same things over and over again. I don't know. Who knows? Don't let the plot get too convoluted, because if you let the plot get too convoluted, they won't be able to keep up because they're dumbasses. It's just, I don't know. And then they bit them in the butt. Who knows? But it's just funny to me because we talked about this coming a while ago. And now Matt Damon's basically, they're mandating it.
Yeah, no, it's funny. We talked about this before. We actually did a video on this like 6 months ago, but we talked about Scrooged and how they were saying, "Hey, make TV for cats and dogs."
Yes,
and that's basically what they're doing here. So let's talk about this before we get into it any further. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
If you'd like to support us, go out to more.clownfishtv.com. That's more.clownfishtv.com. We do not have super chats on this channel, so that is the place to go if you'd like to support us. And we have some bonus episodes and bonus podcasts out there as well. So thank you very much for that. We'll go out to this. This is Next to TV. They have the clip. Netflix deliberately dumbs down dialogue because viewers simply don't follow the plot. So
that's a them problem, though. For the ones that do, why should that be dumbed down?
I know,
for the
right?
lowest common denominator.
Well, because they want the highest number of potential subscribers that they can get, right? So this was Joe Rogan. I don't know when this was, a couple days ago. We'll go out and read the article after we watch the clip. Let's see. I haven't watched this yet, so we'll see what he has to say.
Experience of watching at home, I think, you're watching in a room, the lights are on, other shit's going on, the kids are running around, the dogs are running around, whatever it is. You know what I mean? It's just a very different level of attention that you're willing to, or that you're able to give to it. And that has a big effect. And it also ends up having an effect, or is starting to have an effect on how you make movies. Like, for instance, Netflix, the standard way to make an action movie that we learned was, you usually have like 3 set pieces, one in the first act, one in the second, one in the third. And, they kind of ramp up, and the big one with all the explosions, and you spend most of your money on that one in the third.
That's what we thought was going to happen with Stranger Things.
Yeah, right?
Well,
maybe let them describe it. Maybe you'll find out why.
Yeah.
That's your kind of finale. And now they're like, can we get a big one in the first 5 minutes to get somebody, we want people to stay tuned in. And it wouldn't be terrible if you reiterated the plot 3 or 4 times in the dialogue because people are on their phones while they're watching. You know what I mean?
Oh, no. He's not wrong, though.
No.
I mean, that's a sad thing is that, because of the internet and us having so many damn screens, nobody's paying full attention to anything now. So, yeah, you really
you have to multitask because you're expected to get so much more done. And then if you want to have time to watch anything, you have to do it around other things.
Well, I think that's one of the advantages of theatrical, and that's the reason that, I hope Netflix, ironically, doesn't kill off theatrical. But the advantage of theatrical is when you go to the movie, you're supposed to be watching the movie. You're there specifically to watch the movie, which means you're supposed to turn your phone off. You're supposed to turn your phone off. I see people not turn their phones off, but you're supposed to turn your phone off.
I see you not turning your phone off.
Well, it depends. I'm watching the dogs sometimes, make sure they don't,
Yeah, you're the one. You say you tell people turn. I'm like, you're the one that does it, and I have to tell you to turn it off. But like, I was thinking, the reason I like K-drama, C-drama, stuff like that is you have to read the subtitles, even anime and stuff. If you get the subbed instead of dubbed, you got to read the subtitles, so you have to lock in and you're focused on the story.
Yeah.
My thing is, if the audience is not paying attention, that's an audience problem.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to dumb everything down for everyone else because some people aren't paying attention. Those like everybody else did and rewind it, or they're afraid they're just going to walk away because they don't have time.
Yeah, that's true, and that is kind of the mindset behind TikTok, right? TikTok is like, and maybe TikTok is ruining everything, everybody's attention spans. But you have to hook them within the first couple seconds because if not, they're going to swipe away.
They tried that with that one streaming service. What was it called again? And it was like everything was
QB?
short.
Was it QB?
Whatever it is, and it was like it was all shorts and stuff like that for shows, and it didn't work.
Yeah. So this is come from the Hollywood Reporter. Yeah, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are opening up about the changes Netflix has made to the filmmaking approach. So were they both on? I guess they're both on. Okay, so during a Friday appearance on Joe Rogan to promote their new Netflix film, The Rip, the duo discussed the differences between watching a movie in theaters versus at home and how phone-distracted viewers are influencing how films are made. Damon said, I went to go see one battle after another on IMAX. There's nothing like that feeling. He said, you're in a room with a bunch of strangers, but people in your community, and you're having this experience together. It's like going to church. You show up at a point in time, it doesn't wait for you. That's actually true. I think that's changed about television, too, is that people don't understand the communal experience of everybody watching that night's episode of Friends or Cheers.
I wouldn't have said
Cosby.
that Friends and Cheers like going to church. However, some of these celebrities do think they're God.
Yeah, right. But I'm saying there was a communal experience, right? Everybody watched the same handful of shows.
That's how we got pop culture in general.
That's how we got pop, because it was popular culture. Everybody was watching The Honeymooners in the 50s. That's because there wasn't a whole lot to watch, so y'all watched that. And we're losing that because of this fragmentation. But now this is kind of like, whatever is left of pop culture is now being destroyed by ADHD, attention span, whatever is going on with TikTok, all that shit, because we're not actually sitting through the entertainment anyway. Or if we are, we're just getting kind of the Cliff Notes version of it. A lot of people just go out and watch TikToks of movies to try to understand what the movie's about. Like, I talked to our kids and I'm like, hey, did you see this movie? And it's like they knew the meme or they knew the song or they knew the whatever. And it's like, I never actually watched the movie. I just watched TikToks of it. And I'm like,
see, then we're like, why can't people read and are going to college? And this kind of stuff. It's like, yeah, this is probably why.
Yeah. And then that was a clip. He said that, it's pretty bad. But Affleck chimed in. But then you look at Adolescence and it didn't do any of that shit. And it was great. Damon agreed, but said that feels like the exception. And he said, my feeling is just that it demonstrates that you don't need to do any of that shit to get people to watch. Yeah, no, I think good stuff people will watch, but I think they're underestimating the audience, but maybe they're not. Because, again, we're talking about, people going to school that can't even read on a, like a second grade level.
This kind of stuff is just, enabling that to be worse. Like you said about ADHD and things like that. And it's interesting because they've done studies and stuff before. They talk about attention, and people can't. And, the generations move on and on. The attention spans are less and less. That's why commercials, were like when we were kids. It was you had to switch to try to keep people's attention. And now it's way worse with like TikTok and things like that. And it's just aggravating the problem. It's just making it worse. So now they're just gonna, by dumbing it down. They already complain about how people in America are stupid. So let's make everything dumber.
It's weird, though, because you talk about commercials, and I know I used to watch, weirdly enough, my daughter who watches a lot of TikTok, but we used to watch old, like, 50s, 60s commercial blocks. They had them on PUBG Hub, which is on the Roku TV, the PUBG Hub. And we've had that for years. And she would watch, like, the old toy commercials and stuff, but they went on forever. It was like a minute of here's this thing, and we're going to go on.
They didn't switch things up like they do now.
No.
And that's why people are saying they were having their kids watch shows from like the 90s or earlier, because like Bear in the Big Blue House and things like that, because the new shows were causing them to be so wound up and their brains kept firing and they were having trouble focusing. And it's because everything's so, you're taught from very young, here's an iPad, kid, go over there and watch slop. And this is what's happening.
Go watch. Sit in the corner and watch your slop, Timmy.
Basically. And so now Netflix
leave mommy alone. I'm going to watch my slop.
We're going to have these shows that, are deep thought, and you have to follow along to know what's going on. But no, we have to slopify them so that the idiots who, aren't focused on the show, or the people who don't have time to focus on the show, can still know what's going on. I mean, it's not as bad as when they said they were going to, and they are doing it in some levels, where they had to, the actors have to explain what they're doing as they're doing it. I mean, try to be a writer that not only just to write the show, but now you have to write in dialogue explaining the plot multiple times, and write in dialogue to explain everything you're doing as you're doing it. Like, now I'm going to walk across the room and sharpen my pencil because because you distracted me or something like that. You have to add it into your script, and it's going to be more, just stupid, waste of time shit.
And that's why Max does a podcast instead of
right.
They have to
reiterate again how they have to get out through their holes and stuff like that. And that's what we're talking about.
But,
it's like
they're explaining the plot, but nobody knows what the hell's going on anyways. It doesn't matter how many times you explain it because your plot is an incoherent disaster. So it doesn't matter if you try to explain it. It should be like, they should have explained that the things that they came out after the fact with Stranger Things, it should have been like, oh yeah, we had a line in there where they're like, hey, we're the Demogorgons and the Demobats and the Demodogs and the Democats or the Demo whatever, Demoferrets. Where are they at? Oh, well, we must have caught Vecna off guard, which means he's not guarded right now, and we should go in and kill him when he's not guarded in his big spider castle. Oh, that castle? Yes, it looks like it might turn into a giant spider. Got to keep watching for when it turns into a giant spider. Come on, guys.
Yeah, right. I'm surprised they didn't. But that's where it's headed.
Oh, my God.
Like, there's no inference. There's no creativity. There's no, you're not allowed to, because you have to spell everything out and repeat it over and over again and make it really repetitive and boring because some people aren't watching the TV.
Idiocracy. Well, it's like I was like,
people keep saying that it's idiocracy. They keep saying that's where it's going.
Go send Timmy in the corner to go watch his slop while mommy is listening to Netflix while also doing OnlyFans.
Well, I was going to say is that the next thing we're going to do, this is an R-rated one. And so I'm going to stick my penis in you. Is that okay if I stick my penis in you?
Because you have to ask for consent now. You need a signed document.
But you need to open your legs first. Oh, there you're opening your legs so I can stick my You know what I'm saying? It's going to get to a point like that. I mean,
we're going to get this video demonetized. They're going to be like, you said penis too many times.
No one's going to watch.
Oh my God, what if they did porn like Netflix style porn? That's exactly what it would be like.
That's what I'm saying. That's what we're just going to get to. But the thing is, let's be honest here. If it was porn, people are probably not looking at their phones. They're probably watching the screen on that one.
Oh my God.
But they're not watching their show because they're watching OnlyFans on their phone.
FaceTiming someone while they're on the, oh my God. Yeah. So people are, I think we're going to have like two classes of people. We're going to have people that actually want to watch the entertainment, and then we're going to have the casuals. And it's so weird. Like I see the comments on social media for, certain TV shows or movies or whatever. And people are like, well, why did he do the thing? Or why didn't he do the whatever? It's like, it's explained in the movie, or it's heavily inferred in the movie.
People look at our video, they look at the image and they assume everything we said. And it usually isn't anything what we said at all, because they inferred it from an image without watching it.
Yeah, well, that's just it. They don't actually watch because it's too much work to actually watch the videos, right? And
then they go on their YouTube channel and scream about how no one watches movies, and they have no right to comment if they didn't watch it first. Oh, wait.
Yeah, right. This is going on a lot. Media literacy. You need some media literacy, right? You have to actually watch the media. But no, it's obvious people aren't paying attention like they used to. It used to be people would have all discussions about movies that were very nuanced and like, what did this mean? What did when he just gave that person that look or whatever, did it mean this, that, or whatever? What did the ending of the movie mean? And they would have these heated intellectual discussions about what the media actually meant, or what the author or the creator, the director was trying to say. And now they're just like, I don't understand plot. Let me go Wikipedia.
Well, it's like they're dumbing everything down, like you're spoon feeding it to you like you're in nursery school. You know what I mean? In preschool. So you get it all.
Yeah. This person here said, this is Lee, says social media content platforms are to blame for the shift in new generations.
I agree.
Netflix is basically just, YouTube with extra steps, I guess. At this point, it's just they were just making YouTube slop too. But
they're not going to do like 2 cuts of it, where one cut's for the idiots, people who just can't watch the screen, or they're not going to make a cut for them and then a cut for the people that want to watch it. They'll just make everybody who wants to watch it watch what they made for everybody else who was not even paying attention. And I get it. I mean, we've all been busy and ran things in the background, but if you really want to watch something, then you have to give it your attention. That's just the way it is. And you think that you keep it that way because then you have to rewind it constantly and then you get more watch time.
Well, and that's what they care about, right? This person here, Gelson, says, Netflix's directive, as Matt Damon noted, prioritizes accessibility over trust in the viewer. This assumes a uniform audience intellect, which risks making content bland.
Yes.
Creative integrity should not be sacrificed for presumed comprehension. So this guy reminds me of food at Disney World, where I'm talking like the quick service restaurants, I'm talking mostly like Magic Kingdom and the hotels and stuff, is bland as F. And the reason it is they're trying to appeal to as many people as possible. But you do definitely lose something there. And I'm wondering if they buy Warner Brothers, are they going to make all the stuff bland too? Like we never would have gotten the first Joker through Netflix because it's too cerebral.
Yeah, and then Netflix wants to take over Warner Brothers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's going to be, and then they're going to have to spell it out.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's going to be like that. It's going to be like that for everything.
We're going to make a new team called the Super Friends because we're all super powered and we're all friends and we're going to be the Super Friends. We're all going to fight the bad guys together. Come on, Super Friends.
It's not like they're just like mandating. I mean, it sounds like they're mandating it for their own content now, but how long until they start mandating it? Like if we're going to carry, like, hey, Sony, we're going to carry, like they said that the new Legend of Zelda movie is going to go on to Sony for streaming. We'll carry that, but you have to dumb it down so that you do these things.
Oh, it'll be fun.
It's just going to be a big disaster across the board.
It'll be funny in the Zelda movie if they actually address it. Like, it's like, no, I'm not Zelda. I'm Link. It's called The Legend of Zelda because the girl over there, her name is Zelda.
I know.
I am not Zelda.
I know, it's funny.
Everybody thinks I am. They need to have a joke about people thinking he's Zelda, though.
They might. Who knows?
This person here, though, Penguin Sensei, and then we'll wrap it up here. I feel like, low-key, this is just an excuse for DEI writers making low-IQ plots for low-IQ people. They don't want to say it, though. Every Netflix show I watch is incredibly simple and actually causes me to get bored from how predictable it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
That's why I watch a lot of K-drama and C-drama, and then I have to read the subtitles, so I have to pay attention.
Oh, God, the dubbing is so bad on the Netflix ones. It's like AI dubbing.
Oh, it is. It's funny.
Like, what the hell are you watching? Like, I hear it, and I'm like,
because I've heard the same voice, unless it is AI, they're using the same voices. I've heard the same voices across different ones, but I usually just go to I only do that if I don't have time to. If I'm like watching it in the background, I'm not like able to read it. But if it's what I really want to watch, I will use the subtitles so I can, read what's going on.
The dubs are so bad. It's like, wow, did you see his penis? Yes, I did. It's really nice.
They don't
oh my God.
say that in those shows.
My mother has cancer and got hit by a bus, and now we're in the hospital.
And
we're
there's
going
that
to
white
have a
truck
romantic
of death.
scene. Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, it's anyway, we're gonna wrap this up.
Yes.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.